crazy because I feel like that I make it all up in my head.
Welcome to another That's So Ray's review. Today we're going to be talking about the breakup of Marissa and Ramses. First of all, my main opinion is that this is a heartbreaking scene that happens at the beginning of episode 11. Totally heartbreaking. Marissa, you could tell the way that she's crying that it's not fake tears. These are genuine tears. She feels as though her heart has been ripped out of her chest. So, how did it all start? It all started with a conversation at the beginning of episode 11. And it's a continuation of a conversation that it looks like they started to show in the previous episode. And it starts off with Marissa just really excited about getting married and saying that she loves him and saying that she thinks that they're doing the right thing.
We have a great future ahead of us. I want to marry you.
Then things begin to spiral within the conversation. Ramses starts to say that he doesn't feel like him and Marissa's energy fit together.
It's about your energy and my energy living and coexisting in the same space is what it is.
Marissa starts to freak out when she hears this because apparently Ramses had said in the past that her energy is something that he really admired about her. He then expresses that when he heard her energy in the pods, he was really attracted to her in this moment. And also, he mentions in the conversation that he was really drawn to this energy and really loved it when they were in Cabo as well. But he voices that dealing with her energy on a day-to-day basis didn't seem to match with his, or that almost it was like it was too much. He says that he felt like they had a bond and connection, but that love was not going to be enough to get them to the altar and married. Despite pointing out that Marissa's energy was too much for him, he goes on to say, "It's not you, it's me." And Marissa immediately responds, "Well, you're telling me that it is me." Ramses also opens up about having a discussion with his brother and his niece's mother and how he discussed with them how he had made previous mistakes in the past when he was married and how he didn't want to make those same mistakes with Marissa. He didn't want to just go off of love. He wanted to think logically about the choices that he was making. He tells her that it's not that he doesn't love her or that he doesn't want to be with her, but he didn't feel like there was enough between them yet to decide on being able to get married. Marissa tells Ramses that he shouldn't have come to the experiment because it seems like he would have needed to be in a long-term relationship before he decided to get married. She also, throughout the conversation, is almost cutting him off, begging him for more and more answers, begging him to not make this decision, and then also saying to him, "Hey, it seems like you made this decision out of nowhere. It seems like you didn't think this all the way through." As she's crying, she's like, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" And he's like basically confirming yes with her, but she's still continuing to beg, and she's coming off to me as almost desperate. She verbally shares that she wants so badly to have someone that's sure about her. She tells Ramses that she thinks that he's making a huge mistake. During her independent interview with the cameras, she is crying so bad that it's hard to even really tell what she's saying. It's almost inaudible. And she tells the cameras that she and Ramses had picked out a song that they were going to have at their wedding for their first dance. And she talks about how emotional they were together when they picked that song because they were deciding to choose one another. She says that she feels like she's insane and going crazy. And she's asking herself, is she making this all up in her head?
I feel insane. I feel crazy because I feel like that I make it all up in my head.
So that is just a quick review of what happened during the breakup scene with Marissa and Ramses at the beginning of episode 11. Now let's get into my thoughts about the whole thing. Number one, this was one of the most dramatic, over-the-top breakup scenes that I've seen on Love is Blind in a while. This girl was really breaking down, like her heart just got ripped out of her chest, like her mama didn't die, her daddy didn't die, her brother didn't die. That's how you would have thought with the way that she was breaking down. And I think that it was legit. I don't think that she was put on for the cameras. She genuinely loved that man, and she was like 10 toes down. We're definitely getting married. Like, out of everybody, she would have thought that they would have gotten married if anybody else did. She even said it back when they were in Cabo. She was like, I know we're good. I don't know about everybody else, but you and I, we're good. And I don't know, I think she idealized this whole relationship, like I said in my previous video. And I called her delusional in that video because she's the type of girl that loves being in love. She loves the idea of love. And she was idealizing this man and putting him in that spot as the prince without really analyzing him and thinking logically through this. Just like in the previous episodes, Marissa was willing to do anything to keep this man. Remember in the previous episodes where she really didn't argue with him about being on birth control, and she also didn't argue about him not liking her being in the military, despite the fact she was thinking about going into the reserves. In this scene, she's like, oh, you don't like my energy? Oh, well, remember I told you that I could try to be more calm? And it's like, girl, you're begging him and you're willing to do anything to keep him. Like, where are your standards? Do you have any standards? Or are your standards just going to be based on whatever man you have? I got secondhand embarrassment from the way that Marissa was breaking out over this man because he was so calm and the way that he let her go. You could tell that he had his mind made up for a while. And she even said it. She was like, it's like you already have your mind made up. Are you sure? This just came out of nowhere. And it's like, girl, yes, he did. I would have just got him and be like, okay, have a nice life. But she just made herself look desperate as I don't know what. And I mean, I guess that's what love does to you. Maybe I never really been in love like that because, whew, she gave me secondhand embarrassment the way she was begging this man. And then she went and called up her mama to cry too.
Mom, it's so bad.
You know you really hurt by a man when you call up your mama after you didn't try to prove to your mama that this man was the man for you. She called up her mama talking about, mommy, help. I really do feel like Marissa and Ramses just weren't compatible. They were disagreeing on a lot of things, but I think Ramses stuck around for as long as he did because he loved the confidence that he got from Marissa saying how much she loved him and how sure she was about him. I'm not surprised at all about this couple not making it to the altar and getting married. It really seemed like from the beginning that Marissa was the one who was so really excited about Ramses. And you never quite saw that match energy from him. He kind of just went along with what she was saying in front of the cameras and shook his head and gave a little slight awkward smile when she was like, I know we're going to make it to the end and be married and be together. He never really showed the same excitement that she showed. So it was pretty obvious that if he did make it to the altar with her, that he was going to say no. But anyways, if you like this review, make sure you give it a like, share, and comment your thoughts below. And also subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be dropping more reviews like this very soon.